The night of September 1st, 2025, was never meant to be anything more than a birthday celebration. A quiet dinner, warm smiles, and the simple joy of two brothers sharing a moment away from the world's spotlight. But what unfolded that evening between Kim Taehyung and Jungkook has become one of the most hotly debated and emotionally charged stories in recent BTS history. Why did Taehyung, the man often praised for his composure and calm, suddenly appear shaken? What words could Jungkook, the youngest of BTS, have whispered that seemed to pierce so deeply into his friend's heart? And why did this short, ordinary video leave millions of fans around the world clutching their chests in heartbreak? The clip shared by Taehyung on Instagram seemed harmless at first glance. Two men at a restaurant table, Jungkook leaning forward, his dark eyes glistening as though he carried something heavy, and Taehyung listening, dressed casually in a sleeveless shirt and a blue cap. On the surface, it was nothing more than two friends talking quietly. Yet, as fans replayed the footage, they noticed something unusual. Taehyung's hands fidgeting, his lips pressed tightly together, and for a fleeting moment, his eyes appearing to well up. The world froze on that image. A crack in the composure of Kim Taehyung, a man known for his unshakable charm. Immediately, questions swirled. What could Jungkook have said? Was it a confession of pain? An admission of struggle? Or perhaps something about BTS itself, words so heavy that even Taehyung, the steady anchor, could not contain his emotions? Speculation spread like wildfire. Some pointed to the frightening incident earlier that same day, when news broke of a woman attempting to trespass into Jungkook's home. Could the 28-year-old have confided in Taehyung about his fears, his sense of vulnerability, his struggle with living in a world where even his privacy was constantly under threat? If that were true, then Taehyung's raw reaction suddenly made sense. He wasn't just hearing words. He was feeling the pain of someone he has stood beside for more than a decade. Others wondered if Jungkook's words carried even greater weight. For years, questions about BTS's future have loomed over both the group and the fandom. With military service, solo projects, and the relentless pressure of global stardom, fans have often worried about whether the members could sustain their strength. Did Jungkook whisper doubts about his ability to continue? Did he admit his exhaustion or fears about the long-awaited reunion of the group? The very possibility shook ARMY to its core. But what made the scene unforgettable wasn't just the tears that fans believed they saw, it was the silence. The way Taehyung sat, eyes lowered, seemingly carrying the weight of Jungkook's unspoken burden. Silence can sometimes speak louder than words, and in that video, the silence between them felt louder than any stage performance. It was the silence of shared pain, of unspoken fears, of brotherhood tested by unimaginable pressure. At one point, Taehyung seemed to whisper a response, forcing a smile as though trying to hold himself together. Fans replayed the clip endlessly, trying to lip read, desperate to know what was exchanged. But the mystery only deepened. Was this an intimate moment accidentally exposed to the public? Or did Taehyung intentionally share it, perhaps as a way to show the world the vulnerability behind their polished image? Whatever the truth, the aftermath was explosive. Within hours, social media was ablaze. "Protect Taehyung" and "We love you, Jungkook" trended simultaneously worldwide. Some fans admitted they sobbed alongside Taehyung, unable to watch him falter. Others insisted Jungkook must have revealed something deeply personal, something the public may never fully know. And still, a few raised bigger fears. Was this a sign that BTS as a group was facing hidden struggles? Beyond the emotional storm, the incident also reignited discussions about the dark side of stardom. Despite all the glamour, wealth, and success, idols like Jungkook and Taehyung live under immense pressures: loneliness, invasion of privacy, and exhaustion that few outsiders can truly grasp. Could Jungkook's words have been a cry for normalcy? Could Taehyung's tears have been the reaction of someone who knew exactly what it meant to suffer silently? What's undeniable is that the video stripped away the illusion of perfection. It reminded fans that beneath the glittering image of BTS are human beings, fragile, vulnerable, and sometimes broken. For ARMY, who have long viewed Taehyung and Jungkook as pillars of strength, this was a devastating reminder that even the brightest stars can flicker under the weight of their own pain. And yet, here is where the story takes a turn. Because while the emotional narrative gripped millions, not all of it was rooted in fact. When examined closely, the viral claims unravel. The original video, posted by Taehyung, was real, yes, but what it showed was far simpler. Two men enjoying a quiet dinner, smiling and exchanging soft words. Taehyung's caption was straightforward. "Happy birthday, Jungkook. May this year be full of health and happiness." There were no visible tears, no audible cracks in his voice, no dramatic confessions. The rest, the tears, the whispered secrets, the heartbreaking silence, was born from speculation. Fans, moved by the intimacy of the moment, projected their emotions onto the scene. A single frame of Taehyung looking down became interpreted as him holding back tears. A pause in Jungkook's words became a hidden confession, and in no time, the story snowballed into a global narrative that painted the dinner as a breaking point in BTS history. The truth? There is no evidence that Taehyung cried, nor that Jungkook said anything devastating. The incident at Jungkook's home was real, but connecting it to the birthday dinner was pure assumption. What actually happened that night was far more ordinary, and yet no less meaningful. Two brothers sat together, one celebrating another year of life, the other offering warmth and sincere wishes. That in itself was powerful enough. But the way this moment spiraled out of control reveals something deeper about fandom culture. In the ARMY community, one of the most passionate in the world, even the smallest gesture can ignite endless theories. A glance, a pause, a touch of the hand, all can evolve into storylines filled with love, heartbreak, or fear. While this passion is a testament to the bond between BTS and their fans, it can also blur the line between reality and imagination. And that's what happened here. The story of Taehyung breaking down in tears became larger than life, not because it was true, but because it resonated with themes BTS has always embodied: vulnerability, resilience, and brotherhood. Fans wanted to believe in the emotional depth of the scene, and so the narrative took on a life of its own. Yet BTS has always asked for something different. They have urged ARMY to focus on positivity, love, and truth, not on harmful rumors or exaggerated stories. To protect one another, and to respect the members as human beings, not characters in a never-ending drama. So, while the image of Taehyung crying at Jungkook's whispered words may be compelling, it is not reality. The truth is simpler, gentler, and perhaps even more beautiful. On his birthday, Jungkook sat across from a man who has been like family for over a decade. They shared food, laughter, and warmth. Taehyung chose to mark the moment by posting a video filled with sincerity and affection. That's all. And maybe, just maybe, that is powerful enough. Because in the end, ARMY doesn't need fabricated heartbreak to feel connected to their idols. The bond is already there, real, strong, and unshakable. Even without imagined tears, the sight of Taehyung and Jungkook together, quietly celebrating life, is a reminder of why BTS has captured the world's heart. And perhaps that is the true beauty of September 1st, 2025. Not the rumors, not the speculation, but the simple, undeniable truth of brotherhood.